Hey guys, what's up? Stephanie, the English coach here from EnglishFulltime.com, and in this video we are going to talk about how to think in English. Now, when I was in college and I was studying Spanish and I did, all of my classes in Spanish and I had professors that were native Spanish speakers, one of my professors would always say, you just need to think in Spanish. And that would actually piss me off because I was like, I would do it if I knew how or if it would come natural to me. But the thing is, it didn't. It's like I would have to force myself to think in Spanish, and sometimes I would have to translate in my head, because I didn't have as much experience speaking the language. And she would just make me and the whole class feel really bad because she would just say, you just have to force yourself to think in Spanish. And I was like, that's not what I want. I want to be able to think in Spanish the way that I think in English. I don't want to have to plan what I'm going to say before I say it. I want to just be able to open my mouth and speak Spanish, right? That's what I wanted. Well, I learned from experience that only comes after you've been exposed to enough of the language for a long time, okay? So I didn't start thinking in Spanish, and when you think in a language, in a foreign language, that's basically when you're like fluent in that language. I don't mean when you force yourself to think in a language. I mean when you can think in a language as naturally as you think in your native language, and you don't lack expressions, you don't lack vocabulary. You can just I can just sit here and think in Spanish if I want. I can just talk in Spanish if I want. I'm fluent in Spanish, right? That doesn't come right away. It comes with time, and you can't force yourself to think in a language and think that that is enough, that is what will get you fluent in a language. What you need is enough exposure to the language. So you want to know how to think in English? Well, you're going to achieve that by speaking in English regularly with other people, by surrounding yourself with English, by immersing yourself in English, and that is how you're going to be able to think in English. It'll come with time, and it comes gradually. So you're not going to realize it at first because you're learning, you're growing, you're learning new vocabulary, but then you realize it when you look back and go, wow, look how far I've come. Now I think in English. I didn't even realize that this happened. When did this happen? Because there isn't a moment where you cross over, okay? So obviously we can all sit there and think of vocabulary in a foreign language and force ourselves to do that, but if you want to be able to think in English naturally, you need to be surrounded with a lot of English over a long period of time, okay? It comes with time, and the cool thing is, once you do this, you may even start dreaming in English. A lot of people get so excited when they have their first dream in a foreign language. I know I did when I first started dreaming in Spanish. It was awesome because that's when you're really starting to think in a foreign language. So anyhow, let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I'm sorry I couldn't give you, a step-by-step method of this is how you think in English in a foreign language. It just doesn't work like that. If you're not thinking in English, if you still have to translate in your head, it is because you're not surrounding yourself with enough English, or you haven't been studying it for enough time, okay? Your brain will naturally start thinking in the language that it is surrounded with. That is just how it's programmed. That's just how it works. You won't even have to think about thinking in the language. You just will, because our natural urges are to communicate, and you will have that urge to communicate in whatever language you communicate in frequently, okay? So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments, and I will see you in another video. Bye. Hey guys, thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe too if you're new here so you get more videos from me. And also go ahead and check out the description because I often include extra tips there, or resources or links to other things that I think you might find helpful. So go ahead and check that out. So for more English stuff from me, you can also go ahead and follow me on Facebook and check me out at my website, EnglishFulltime.com. All the links are in the description. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.